Hey guys, we're going to look at a very obscure engine today. One that many of you might not know about, but it's the N&W Jawn Henry. It's the TE-1 number 2300 made by Third Rail. Now before I go any further, sorry about the light. I know it's not the greatest, and I know I only have a short piece of track, but this thing is just goddamn huge. But really, I can only run it on straight track because I only have 081 curves, and this thing is even too big for that. It needs, at the very least, 096, maybe 106 to be happy. It will not return on 072, and it will not turn on 081. But anyways, you guys might be wondering what the heck this thing is. It is a steam turbine built for Norfolk and Western. They only made one of them. If I remember correctly, it was built in 54, scrapped in 59. And this thing is just huge. I got my tape measure here. I know you're not going to be able to see it all the way down there. But I got the edge of my tape measure by the tender. And the head of the engine is showing 51 inches. So even if you take out the other auxiliary tender, you're still looking at 42-ish inches. But this thing is just stupid huge, and it is so cool. And Third Rail built this back in 2013, and I wanted to buy it then, but I didn't have the funds for it at the time. So unfortunately, I couldn't get it. I actually ordered the GS4 from them in 2012, the 4449. That could be an engine for a later date because I got to get that one fixed still. But this thing is just stupid huge, stupid cool, and I needed to have it. And I looked for about 4 years, maybe closer to 5, and I found this one online. It was actually on Third Rail's website, and it was a 2-rail one. And I kept bugging Scott Mann about converting it to 3-rail, and for a while he wouldn't do it, and then eventually he said fine, and that's how I ended up getting it. I kept finding a couple 2-rail models, but no 3-rails. 3-rails were basically non-existent. They made so few of them. So yes, this is a little bit of a cheat, if you want to call it that, but it's such a gorgeous engine. And I'll show you some detail here now. And I love the front pilot on this. As you can see, it's just a mutt, you know? It's one of those things where you can't help but love the thing. That's the coal bunker up top. Let's see if we can get the cab a decent shot. There's the engineer. Doors there. There's a shot of the trucks, and all these wheels, except for 2 axles, are powered. So all these driving wheels are run off of drive shafts. And surprisingly, this thing is not crazy heavy. You would think it would be. It is got some weight to it, but not as much as you might think. There's the exhaust stacks. Just pour the smoke fluid straight down those. There's the horns, and I'll tell you about that in a second. See sides down here, about the same. Pretty plain otherwise. There's the fans. That's the auxiliary tender. If you look at it, it's weird because that's actually a boiler. What it is the water has to be preheated before it goes into the actual boiler itself to, create the steam. So it needs that preheater. It's got a doghouse right there. As you can see, there's a figure in there. And then we got the auxiliary tender back here. Just a standard N&W auxiliary tender, so nothing fancy there. And MTH makes good ones too, but I picked this up from Third Rail. And Same thing with the trucks on the tenders. Just gorgeous, gorgeous tender. So this thing's not, it was a pretty penny, let me tell you that. I've only been able to run this thing, I believe, twice. And the reason for that is just it's so damn big. I have no place to run it. If you guys know of a place, like I said, in the Chicagoland area, let me know. That it has to have at least 096 curves, and then she'll be happy. Alright guys, let's fire it up and have a listen. Here's the whistle. Now you guys might be wondering, why does it have a whistle instead of an air horn? And what it was is, this actually came from the factory with a whistle. The reason being is because a third rail, when they made these back in 2013, they had horns and they had different steam turbine sounds. I guess the steam turbine sounds weren't very good according to Scott Mann. So he put in the Penske S2 steam turbine sounds instead of the original ones. Plus he didn't have any soundboards left of the original ones when he converted it to 3-rail for me. So it's a one-of-one engine. It's a unique engine. This is the only Jawn Henry in existence that has a whistle instead of a horn. Eventually, yes, I still would like to maybe find a Jawn Henry that has the original sound sets, but that's far, 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 far down the road. So let's hear the bell. Let's hear the crew talk.
How's that track look? Are we clear? Over. Affirmative, the track is yours. Over. Roger that. All clear. Out.
And the tower comm.
Dispatcher here. You're cleared onto the main. Over. Roger that. All clear. Out.
Now it does have one different RPM up or down setting, and it's just to simulate the sounds of, I guess, the steam turbine working harder. So let's have a listen to that. Kind of sounds like a pissed off vacuum cleaner, doesn't it? So I can't run it very far. As you can see, the end of the track is there, and the other end of the track is right there. So I can move it a little bit, but like I've said before, guys, if you know any place besides the Chicagoland Lino Railroad Club where I could run this thing, it won't actually even run there either. It is too big. The engine itself is, if I remember correctly, is like 32 inches, 28 or 32 inches. But it's too big there. It really needs 096 or 0106 to be happy. It will not turn on 072. It will not turn on 081. This thing is just such a beast of an engine. It's ridiculous. So I can move it up a little bit. And that's all she's gonna go. And we can move back the opposite direction, but that's all she can really do. I have 081 curve fast track, And like I said before, it will not turn on it. It is just too damn big. So that's really all I got about this engine, guys. It's just such a cool engine, and I needed to have it. It's one of those things where it's like I had to find it, and it took forever to find it, but I'm glad I did. And granted, it was a lot of money, but it was well worth it. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out. Comment below if you're new to the channel. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for subscribing if you subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Get some conversation going. Feel free to ask me any questions about what else you might want to see. I got a lot of big steam engines. I got a lot of diesels. If you want to see freight cars, passenger cars, that kind of stuff, be my guest. Ask questions. I'm happy to answer. It might take me a day or so, but I'll gladly answer your guys' questions. Other than that, thanks for checking out the engine with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's shut her down.